Welcome to the part 2 of crochet sneakers tutorial. Now I show you how to crochet the front of the shoe. So at first we need to find the middle and place the marker. Next we count 5 stitches to the right and place the marker into the 6th. We will repeat the same to the left from the middle marker, 5 stitches, and place the marker into the 6th. My yarn is still attached, so I'm just taking it along the side and I slip stitch into the same stitch where I placed the marker. Now I can remove the marker and I will work the first row of this front part. Yarn over, skip 1 stitch and place double crochet into the next stitch. Another double crochet into the same stitch. It's the first group of 2 double crochets. Then I will skip 1 again and will work the same group of 2 double crochets into the next stitch. And I will keep repeating that until I reach the marker. Last group of 2 double crochets here, and I will slip stitch into the same stitch where I still have my other marker. So I slip stitch and I place the marker into the loop which I created. That's it, that's the first row. My yarn is still attached, so I'll just drag it along. I skip 1 stitch on the right side and place a slip stitch into the next one. Now I will work groups of 2 double crochets in every space between the groups of 2 double crochets. So the first group goes right here. And I will keep doing that until the end of the row. So now we are at the end of the second row and I place the last group of 2 double crochets right into this space. First double crochet and the second double crochet I do not complete it once, so I yarn over, pull the yarn, and then I need to also go through this loop I still have on my marker. We cannot lose this loop, it's very important to grab it. Now we pull the yarn through 3 loops, still have 2 on a hook, pull through, skip 1, slip stitch into the next stitch. That's the end of the second row. I will work 7 more rows like that I will increase in the beginning and in the end, and in total I will have 9 rows. Here it is. I finished 9 rows, and that is how it should look like. We did a really good increase. I'll just double check. 9 rows and 12 groups of 2 double crochets. In the next row, I will decrease 1 double crochet in the beginning and in the end. So as usually, skip 1 slip stitch into the next stitch, and I will place 1 double crochet into the first space between the side and the first group of 2 double crochets. That's it. Then I will place a group of 2 double crochets into the next space as usual, and I will work these groups of 2 double crochets until the end of the row. Here I am. I arrived at the end of the row. I placed my last group of 2 double crochets, and now in the last space I'm placing just 1. Do not forget about this little loop. Okay, 1 double crochet is done. Skip 1, slip stitch into the next one. This is the first row of this decrease. That's how it all looks like. I will complete another row of decrease, so I skip 1, slip stitch into the next one. Now I place 1 double crochet into the first space and another double crochet into the next space. So I formed this kind of group of 2 double crochets but in different spaces, yeah? And then I will keep working in the original pattern until the end of the row. Okay, I arrived at the end of the row. So in 2 last spaces I will place just 1 double crochet in each. And the last one. Skip 1 and slip stitch into the next one. This is the second row of the decrease, so that the shoe will not be too wide. Next row I will do the regular pattern, but look what I'm doing in the beginning. So I place a group of 2 double crochets in the first space, then I will skip 1 space, so I will skip 2 double crochets, and I will work into the next space, also group of 2 double crochets. This is the third row of this decrease. I will keep working in the same pattern till the end of the row. I'm doing size 40, so I needed another round of the degrees. So I repeated rows 1, 2, 3 of these degrees again. Now I will work on the shoe tongue, and I want to introduce a white color, but you can just still keep working into the same color if you like it better that way. The length of this front part for the size 40 is about 3.5 inches. So I pull my yarn, but I decided to still keep the marker on this little loop to make it easier to incorporate it in the end of the row. So what I'm doing, I'm inserting the hook into the first space. And see, the spot where I start this tongue is 2 holes to the right from the side marker of the sole. I put this slip stitch, introducing the new color, and then I will chain 3 more. So I have 4 chains in total. Then I will work in triple crochets. You can also do double crochets or single crochets if you like. In the instruction I followed, triple crochet was offered, so I just decided to go for this option. I will work triple crochets into every stitch until the end of the row. And I'm also be very careful to take all these loose threads with you and incorporate them into your crochet. That's how it is look like. I will weave in this end later. And continue till the end of the row. Here is my last stitch. I place it right there my marker is. I take the little loop which is still on the marker, and I pull through the first 3, then 2, and the last 2. This is the first row of the sneakers tongue. So I take the yarn from left to right side, insert the hook into the first stitch I created with this 4 chain. Again, I chain 4 and will work in triple crochets into every single stitch until the end of the row. I completed 6 rows of triple crochets, and it measures about 3 inches or 7 centimeters. Now I take the yarn along with me to the very first stitch of the shoe tongue, and I slip stitch into this space. Now I'm going to place 3 single crochets in each of those side stitches. 1, 2, 3. I will do the same until I come to this corner. So here I'm at first placing 3 single crochets, then I add 2 more to go over the corner. Then I will keep working into every stitch and keep doing the single crochets till I reach the other corner. I will work 5 single crochets into the other corner as well, and this is how the finished shoe tongue looks like. Now I will start working on the lace part of the shoes. So I work with the beige color again. So I insert my hook into this very last stitch of the shoe tongue, and I'm placing another single crochet into this tiny space to just cover the white color with the beige color. I work 1 single crochet. That's the beginning of the row. And I chain 3. Can be tricky sometimes. I skip 2 and I place 2 single crochets into the next 2 stitches. I will repeat that 4 more times, so in total I will have 5 lace holes. Chain 3, skip 2, 2 single crochets. The last are 2 single crochet stitches. So here it goes. I have 5 shoelace holes, and this is my first row. The end of this row is right above the side marker for the heel. From the middle of the heel it measures 3¼ inches or 9 centimeters. So now I start the second row. I insert the hook between the first 2 triple crochets of the shoe tongue, and then I do a single crochet into the first stitch of the first row. Now I work 3 single crochets into the first lace hole. Please be careful to take all of the threads into the stitching. Single crochet between the holes, and then again 3 single crochets into the next. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, be careful, take all the loose threads into the stitch. Continue doing that until the end of the row. I arrived at the end of the row, so I did 3 single crochets into the 5th lace hole, and I'm placing the last single crochet into the last stitch of this row, taking the little loop from the marker with me and pulling my yarn through all these loops. Here it goes. I place the marker and I'm about to start the 3rd row. So I insert my hook between the second and the third triple crochet of the shoe tongue, pull my yarn, and I'm doing a single crochet into the first stitch of the previous row. And I work in single crochets until the end of the third row. Once I've done the first 3 rows, I will just repeat it 2 more times. So I start with the initial row, I chain 3, I skip 2, and this time my single crochets will be shifted a little bit to the right, so it is not going there, but yeah, you just skip 2, and that is where you place your single crochets. So if you counted correctly, then that is what you have left. You skip 2 and you place 2 single crochets into these 2 last stitches. Pulling through, placing the marker. So that was the row 1 of the second set. And I will keep working adding the following rows. That's how it should look like then completed. So we have 3 rows of each group, and my very last row here will be the second row. So I will still have 1 more row to add, but I will do it a bit later. Yeah, so for now I stopped in the second row, and I still have 1 more row to go. But at this point I will proceed to the other side and work on this lace piece on the left. So now I'm counting the entire amount of stitches, and I count the same amount of stitches on this other side, and I place my marker there. Checking if I have these parts aligned, so I'm taking my yarn with me and I insert the hook right where I placed the marker. So this will be the beginning of my lace part for the other side. I slip stitch, and now I single crochet 1, then I chain 3, skip 2, and single crochet 2. Then I again chain 3, skip 2, and do 2 single crochets into the next 2 stitches. I will continue doing that until the end of the row. So if you did your counting correctly, that's what you've got. The last chain 3, and then I place 1 single crochet into this last stitch. Then I place another single crochet into this little space like I did on the other side, and I put my marker. Sorry for this background noise. That's exactly the moment my cats decided to play with their fish toy. So now I start second row. I place 1 single crochet in the beginning of the row, and then I place 3 single crochets into the lace hole, and so on. This is the end of my row, so I'm placing the last single crochet into the hole. I take the loop from my marker, I pull through all these holes, and now I look for this space between the first and second triple crochet, insert my hook there, pull the yarn, secure it, and place my marker into this loop. That's how I will do that in the end of every row here on this side. Please keep crocheting, keep adding the same rows as on the other side. This is how my left side looks like. I also left out the very last row, and I will finish it now. So I take my yarn with me and I just secure it with a couple of markers. I place my hook between the next triple crochets. I do a single crochet into the first stitch, and then I keep working in single crochets, finishing this very last row. Now I arrived at the corner, and that's how I do that. So this is my last stitch, and then I need to add 2 more stitches to go around this corner spot. So I go around this part in single crochets, and now I'm about to arrive to this other corner, and I keep working in single crochets. Now I need to add this couple of rows on the heel. So I find the middle of the heel and then I count 6 stitches and place the marker into the 7th stitch from the middle one. And I do the same for the other side, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and place the marker into the 7th. So I will add these extra rows for reinforcement and for a better fit of the shoe. So I keep working in single crochets until I reach the marker on the left. So here I am, I'm placing last stitch. I remove the marker and I finish this row. I place marker into this loop and then I will go back, insert my hook into the same stitch where my marker was, slip stitch, and I will work over the previous row like I showed you in the part 1 video when we just started working on the shoe. Yeah, so this thicker stitch for reinforcement. And I will now keep working in single crochets over the left lace part. That's how I weave in the ends. So I use a lighter to secure the end of the cord. And at this point, I realized that I missed one more row I did on the other shoe. So I had to add another row of single crochets over the previous row of this heel reinforcement. Now my shoes look the same. So what are these markers for? I found out that the shoe is still too loose around my ankle and I need to decrease in the very last row. So I placed these markers, 2 markers on each side, separating equal parts of about 5 chains and 1 in the middle of the heel. So I insert my hook, pull the white yarn, and I will work in single crochets all around this part. When I go around the corner, I will add an extra single crochet into the corner stitch to make, the corner smoother. So what I'm going to do about these markings, I will do a single crochet 2 together. So I insert in the first stitch into the second and then I pull through all these loops. I will do that every time I have this marked stitch, and I will go around the shoe with these single crochets. The shoe is finished and I'm very happy with the result. Please crochet the other shoe all the same way, starting at the same markings. Nothing changes. And here I am, proudly presenting you a pair of crochet sneakers I've just made for myself. I must honestly say they feel very comfortable. It's like you're walking barefoot. Please give it a try, you will like it. Subscribe to my channel and stay put for new exciting crochet tutorials and DIY ideas. Bye!